Alright, what's up guys, it's Mitch or Deity, and today we're going to be going over the patch notes that are coming tonight. So, with this, we have a buff event coming. I'll go over everything, but let's watch this real quick. I don't think you guys will have volume, but it's just gonna be whatever. Alright, so we get a new chapter, we get new hero, and new side story. Yay. We get Dragon King Sharun, that's exciting. New 3-star Leah. Battle Frenzy adjustments, that's actually huge. That could change the RTA meta depending on which ones they do. So, chapter 5 of chapter 5. Chapter 5, episode 5. Coming. Those of you that kept up with story, I am not there yet. So, she's an assassin water. Probably usable already. Most likely already usable. She looks pretty nice. Artifact looks extremely nice. So, that's her artifact art. Okay, and then Dragon King Sharun is a light soul weaver. I have no guesses. I have no guess whatsoever. So we get, I think this is a free 3-star maybe that we get for completing story. I'm not sure. Battle Frenzy adjustments. Decreases max health will be decreased and decrease healing effect until later. Apoc Ravi maybe comes back. Fight you fiend. I don't know. That's the frenzy is part of what made Apoc Ravi not so good. All right, so still bans and whatnot. So she comes today. That means that 3-star character comes today. Elvira isn't until next week. All right, and then UI improvements. Yay. I'm excited. Drop rate on Ida. Ida is super outclassed right now as a damage dealer. She isn't very good. Melissa, that's the only character in the game I do not own right now. I'm still not going to summon her, and she comes next week. She'll be around for 2 weeks. So I will pull her next week and see what we think of her. But Dragon King Sharun has potential. Having a new Soul Weaver in the meta as a slower meta, she has some potential right now for sure. The meta right now for Epic 7 is either super fast or super slow. So, alright, so now next up we are going to go ahead and look at this. So we have a New Year buff event this weekend. There is maintenance tonight too. So New Year buff event this weekend. Let's just see what it says in here. Okay, so it is the normal buff event. It's the 4 days of buff event, one thing per day. It's not like last one where everything burning passion packs. I know you guys spend money. These are always the best thing to spend money on in the game. That is the only thing I let myself buy anymore. So there's that. And then next up, we are going to have the Ida and Twilight Calamity drop rate up. Don't summon on Ida. The only way to really use her right now is doing an effectiveness Ida. And she still isn't very great, I would say. She's okay if you play a certain way, but most of the time, 99% of the time, she's not very good. And if you build her as a damage dealer, she just doesn't have enough damage currently to do everything that you need her to. Her artifact is not really good either. I think I've pulled like 5 of these and never even considered using it on a character. So Ida is a no-go. Do not bother summoning. Save your resources for Elvira next week. So now next up, Epic 7 just sent me a DM on Discord. I am curious. We have an event coming this month, so it's probably something to do with that. All right, so next up we have our update content. So this is where the bulk majority of the content is going to come in. Yeah, it's for the content creator tourney. Okay, so we are going to have the 1-minute preview. We already watched this. We have Guild Wars season starting. So those of you guys that don't know, every time new Guild Wars season starting, Mystic Metal return is terrible. So over the next few weeks, you're going to get no Mystic Metals hardly. So just know that. And if you are a brand new guild, you're probably going to be fighting super sweaty guilds that you should never have to fight. So the beginning of every Guild Wars season is stupid. And that's where we're at right now. That's starting. And then we have our guild frames. Actually, the frames are kind of cool. These are Guild War frames. Huh. I mean, that's cool Guild War frames. Next up, we have a World Arena Insight season ending. So those of you that are playing RTA, we get a Bellion skin if you reach Masters RTA. So you need to play and reach Masters by after tonight. As long as after tonight you reach Masters, I think you're good to go. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe if you hit Masters tonight, you get the skin for sure. And you can quit playing. You won't decay. Pretty sure it's tonight after maintenance. Make sure you reach it then and you should be good to go. if you can't reach Masters RTA, at least do your placements, guys. If you're at a point where you know you can't reach Masters, just do your placements and forfeit every match. You end up getting like 1,000 conquest points or something. It's a lot of conquest points. It's super worth doing. So do that for sure. At least make sure you get your conquest points. This is a skin. That's a really nice skin, gotta say. Sheesh, dang. That's one of the better skins they've released in this game ever. Okay, so now we have our Battle Frenzy changes. So effectiveness doesn't increase until Frenzy 5. And effectiveness starts to increase at Frenzy 3 now? That's kind of crazy. Okay, that's the only thing I ever look at on this is when does effectiveness change. So that's good to know. Effectiveness maybe it makes effectors even more of a dead stat, which is hilarious. Not the best balancing in my opinion. Next up we have the new story. So you can go through this new 3-star. A new 3-star hero in episode 5 will be available. It will be available for summon. Okay, so you have to summon her. Okay, and then will not be included in the Blooming Litica. So if you're summoning a Blooming Litica, you cannot get her from that banner. So just know that. What does she do? So we're not going to be able to see what Elvira or Dragon King Sharun does yet. So attacks enemy with pistol increases combat readiness by 15%. When the caster is granted exploiting weakness, uses explosive fire instead of swift fire. Explosive fire attacks the enemy, decreases buff duration by 1 turn, silencing for 1 turn before decreasing combat readiness by 3 turns. Okay. Passive at start of battle, when all allies are of different elements, acquire 10 souls and a 65% chance to increase attack of all allies. That's at the start. She might be usable on one-shot comps. Kind of cool. She might be usable on like some PvE stuff for sure then. Her S3 increased crit damage of all out. She's super PvE usable. And grants exploding weakness to caster, grants an extra turn to the caster, and then she gets her S1 here. Hey, I think she's definitely, if she gives attack buff and crit damage buff by just existing, that's pretty good for PvE, I gotta say. For setting up one-shot comps and things, it might make a lot of content much, much easier. So, the side story is going to be ending. Yep, so the side story. Oh, I just bit like a pepper. Ooh, that's potent. I don't know what that was. What is this? So this is a side story. So yeah, side story. Last week is side story. Make sure to get your garden as leveled as you can. You can accelerate growth by spending stamina. I don't think this was an option before, but I guess all of us that slacked, now we can unslack by spending stamina. Kind of whatever. Is what it is. But there's a lot of rewards from the side stories, so make sure to get that. So then we have Ida. Then we have this. This is Nostalgic Music Box. This is actually huge that this is coming. This is a really good artifact for new players to get and old players. So this Nostalgic Music Box it's pretty solid on a lot of characters, including Conqueror Lilius. So if you do not have this is something that you can do. It costs 900 Skystones to enter it. Not a terrible side story, probably the best side story. And you get gear that isn't terrible either. It's injury gear, and then this I think is pen set. I think they're both pen set, so it's not the worst gear ever either. Start Dash campaign is back, yay. They're resetting the first purchase. Hand Guy skin is coming to the store if you want to buy it. Repeat battle has a new cancel option. Other than that, that seems about it. So that is the patch update that is coming. We covered everything. So buff event this weekend, maintenance tonight. Most 2 important things. Third, don't summon on anything right now unless you want to pull Blooming Litica. She seems okay. My cat is going crazy. She seems okay, but we haven't got to play in RTA yet, so not really sure how she'd actually perform. Besides like private matches, which those are never good representations. We'll have Elvira next week, so if you are going to skip Litica, we should get Elvira information before Litica banner goes away, so you can decide like at the end of the week, or by next Wednesday, and decide then. But that's really it. And then we'll see Dragon King Sharun next week. So if you're tempted to summon on the current Mystic rotation, wait till next week and see if she's gonna be good or not yet. But that's all I got. I hope you guys are excited. I mean, we got some new stuff coming, maybe some fun. But I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.